Hey, what's up guys, nKuch here, and today we are back with yet another Destiny video, and this topic has me extremely excited because we're going to be talking about a potential Destiny 2 subclass leak. Last night, a few items went up for sale on the Gamestop website, and of course, these were Destiny-related items. The first that we're going to be taking a look at were the hats, and the second were the keychains. Now, the thing that's important about these specific items is that the symbols on them actually correlate to a potential leak that we had back in February, which was over 3 months ago. And in that leak, somebody claimed that they were working for Bungie, and they had all this crazy information on Destiny 2, and to be honest, a lot of it sounded far-fetched, but it's crazy because a lot of the things that that person mentioned back in February are actually coming true now, so it might actually be credible evidence, but we'll take a look at that in just a second. These hats and keychains had a specific symbol on them. Now, the first one was of a snake, the second one was of a lion, and the last one was of some form of raven. It was like a bird, and beside all three of these specific animals, there was a symbol. Of course, one of them was the hunter, one was the titan, and one was the warlock. If you want to know the order, the falcon was for the warlock, the lion was for the titan, and the snake was for the hunter. Now, these obviously match up in everything, but the reason why this is significant is because it kind of links that specific animal to the class that we're familiar with in Destiny right now. This begs the question of why these specific animals were chosen for each one of these specific classes, and why did this come out a week before the grand Destiny 2 reveal. And the funniest part about all of this is that since then, GameStop has removed these items from their website. You can no longer find them. I can put the links in the description, but unfortunately, it will give you an error. So it seems like GameStop must have put these out ahead of time, and maybe it was some sort of mistake, or maybe Activision planned this leak to get people hyped up before the Destiny 2 reveal. This all ties together very well with the leak a few months back, and it is just so handy, so let's take a look at that right now. Alright, now before I go ahead and link the GameStop posts to this specific leak, I want to just give you guys a piece of information that this guy said was going to be in Destiny 2, and maybe that might prove to you guys that he's credible. Now, I don't know if he's credible. Some of the stuff that he says in these posts are absolutely ridiculous, but it's just kind of crazy that he got so many things right to the, I guess, degree of accuracy. Now, the very first thing he says is regarding the story, and he says, the Cabal Emperor in a moon-sized war world shows up with his elite Red Guard, and they level the tower. Mind you, this is posted on Friday the 3rd of February this year. That's a whole 2 months before anybody in the community found out about this whole storyline in Destiny 2. I mean, we got the trailer for the Red Guard leveling the tower probably about, I want to say 3 weeks ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, so it wasn't very long ago, and this guy knew about that to a degree of accuracy that is just crazy on February the 3rd. So either he was extremely lucky, or he actually has some sort of inside information, or maybe he's even a Bungie employee, who knows. But some of the other stuff that he says are definitely very sketchy. I don't think a lot of this stuff is true, but I just wanted to, you know, show you guys that very first line there, and kind of just, it's crazy to think about it because it's so accurate. Now, if we scroll down on this website, he also talks about the mechanics of Destiny 2. He goes on to talk about the engine, he talks about third-person mode, vehicles, how the light level is going to be, and even Grimoire. And one of the things he says that relates to this GameStop leak is that he says new specs for classes include a pet class. Titans get a lynx-type creature, hunters get a large slinking reptile, and warlocks get an alien raven type flying creature. There's no way that you can convince me that this guy got extremely lucky twice in a row and guessed in February, early February, that these things were going to come out in Destiny 2, and now we're seeing evidence of these things popping up on GameStop and of course with the Cabal actual trailer. This guy can't be lucky. Like, there's no way in hell. This guy has to have some sort of inside information, and it's interesting because he says new specs for classes include a pet class. He doesn't mention it being a subclass, but rather a pet class. Who knows what that can entail? Maybe we'll get like our own a pet if we play as a specific class, and we'll be able to like utilize these actual animals on the battlefield. Like, that would be very interesting, but who knows? At this point, it's all basically speculation. The next few things that I'm going to be showing you guys are really going to bring a lot more validity to this story and hopefully bring everything together. These two things right here are both Destiny 2 official posters from Bungie and Activision. The first one is of all three of the Guardians, and if you zoom in on the Titan, he has his corresponding animal, the lynx or the lion, directly on his chest piece. Now, if it was just one animal on one of the characters, I would say it might not be that important, and maybe that's just his armor. It's not very important. It's kind of like a coincidence. But the second poster is of the Warlock, and he actually has a part of his animal on the chest piece, and of course that animal is the Raven. So there's definitely something going on here. I think on the official Destiny 2 promotional posters, there's really no need to stress these animals unless there was some sort of significance behind them. And my own theory here is that instead of these being subclasses, I think it's going to be more of an actual pet class. So you can switch over to the subclass, and for example, it's going to be called like the Raven something, and instead of actually activating a super, you might switch your character to an actual Raven and fly around and do super damage. That's a pretty bizarre theory. It might sound pretty stupid to some of you, but I think that this is something that's a lot more important than just a subclass. I think Bungie really wouldn't go out of their way and stress it this much. So that is basically all of the information that I have on this absolutely wild Destiny 2 leaked subclass / pet class topic. I know it was just very bizarre and all over the place, but there was so much evidence that I thought I'd absolutely have to cover this, as I have a funny gut feeling that this is going to be true. Luckily, we don't have to wait that long to find out, as the Destiny 2 premiere is only 7 days away, and that will either confirm this theory or completely blow it out of the water. Until then, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this theory. I personally, like I said, completely agree with it and think it's going to be in Destiny 2. And of course, if you guys want to see animals as your supers and subclasses in Destiny 2, drop a like on the video, and that'll kind of give me a feel for how many of you guys want to see this type of stuff in the next installment of Destiny. Have a great day, and I'll see you all later. Peace.